下来我们就要进入我们的下一个阶段咯。我们下一个 section 就是会有孙老师啊来给我们上下一个阶段的课，包括了可能跟比赛相关的一些说明啊。那在这里12点之后到1点钟有1个小时会是我们的这个资格的测试哦，同学们也留守，等一下12点到1点钟啊，可以来做这个资格测试哦，可以进入我们的这个我们会有一个初赛，进入初赛之后，我们就会进行我们的大决赛哦。那因为疫情的关系，我们也确定这个初赛会在线上举行啊，这里也跟各位报告一下啊。那下来我就要把这个时间交给我们的赖老师孙老师啊。那如果同学们想要上洗手间啊，或者想要喝个水什么，请自便好不好？我们没有刻意有这个休息的时间，所以我们是流水一样的进行啊，因为争取这个大家学习跟上课的时间。OK， 好，如果一切都准备好的话，我想跟这个孙老师测试一下。孙老师，您在线上吗？因为人蛮多的，所以我可能没有看到你啊。孙老师，你准备好了吗？
谢谢文凭，谢谢。
好，那我就把时间交给孙老师了。那我们就进入这个下来这1个小时的这个课程，好不好？那同学们啊，我们用一样再一次666的掌声响起，我们欢迎孙老师。
各位同学们，早上好，大家好。OK， 来我们现在会接下来在 Part 2刚才早上 Miss Lai 我的同事已经跟你们讲过了 Part 1，所以现在我们就接下来那个second part。Okay, now I'm going to brief you on the final competition. Okay, for this NTU Cup 2021 National Secondary School Programming Contest. Okay, we'll look at the rules and regulation of the final competition, the competition platform, sample qualifying test, the installation of the IDE, that is the Visual Studio Code for C++ and Java. And finally, we'll look at some of the sample final questions. So the rules and regulations of the final competition. It depends on the MCO implementation at that time. Probably it will be conducted online, or it could be physical. So depending on the pandemic situation at that time. And for each group, there will be 3 participants per team. Okay, there will be 3 participants per team. The duration of the competition is 3 hours. There are 8 questions altogether that you all need to answer. The programming language to be used will be C++ or Java. And each team will be provided with 1 computer with a minimum spec of Intel Core i3 4th generation, 8 GB RAM and 120 GB of SSD hard disk. The compiler is the MinGW or Visual Studio Code for C++ and also with a Java expansion. The candidates are not allowed to use any other computing devices except the devices that are provided by us. However, pens and pencils will be provided to you. So the format of the competition, okay, it will consist of 8 questions altogether, and the team may solve the questions in any order. So for each question, participants can submit the solution to the judge whenever they are ready. All solutions will be submitted online in the form of executable file. For C++, it will be an exe file, and for Java, it will be the jar file. So the timestamp, the submission timestamps will be electronically recorded for each of your submissions. The judging criteria. Judges will run the executable file with some test input data and check whether the output is correct. Competitors will receive notice from the judges indicating whether or not the solution is correct. Each submitted solution that is correct will be counted. Each team is allowed to resubmit the solution multiple times. However, penalty will be imposed for each incorrect submission. And for the scoring, the winning team will be the team which answers the most questions correctly in the shortest amount of time. The total time of the submission will be based on the last correct solution. Okay, the submission time of the last correct solution plus any additional penalty time for incorrect submission. Okay, so for each incorrect submission of the questions that the team eventually gets correct, that will incur a penalty of 10 minutes per attempt. So here's an example. So for example, team 1 answers question A incorrectly after 30 minutes and correctly after 35 minutes. Also, the team answers question B correctly after 62 minutes. So the time of the last correct submission is 62 minutes. But since there is one incorrect submission, so there will incur a 10 minutes penalty time for question. So total time will be 72 minutes. Now, in the second example, the team 2 answered question B incorrectly after 10 minutes and correctly after 18 minutes. Also, the team answers question A incorrectly after 60 minutes and correctly after 65 minutes. So the total time is 65 minutes for the last correct submission. Okay, so the last correct submission is 65 minutes. So there are 2 incorrect submissions, one from question B and one from question A. So therefore, the penalty time will be 10 minutes plus another 10 minutes. So the total time will be 85 minutes. In example 3, team 3 answers question A correctly after 15 minutes. Also, the team answers question B incorrectly and submitted the wrong answer to the question for 3 times, but managed to answer it correctly for the 4th time at 54 minutes. So then the penalty will be 30 minutes because there are 3 times, right? Incorrect attempt for question B. The total time is 54 for the last correct submission time plus 10 times 3, the 30 minutes penalty time. So total will give you 84 minutes. In example 4, team 4 answers question A correctly after 25 minutes. Also, the team answered question B incorrectly and submitted the wrong answer to the question for the 3rd time at 50 minutes. However, the team eventually gives up the answer to the question after the 3 wrong attempts. So since the team already given up the answer for that question, so no penalty will be applied. So the total time will be based on the last correct submission time, which is 25 minutes. So in these slides here, okay, you see that here how we calculate the ranking for team 1. Okay, there are 2 questions. Just now we see that the time of the last correct submission is 65. So there is one incorrect attempt for question 1. So imposes a penalty of 10 minutes because eventually the student got the answer correct. And therefore, the team 1 managed to answer 2 correct questions. So the total time will be the 62 plus 10, which is 72 minutes. For team 2, based on the example just now, they managed to get 2 questions correct as well. Question B, there is 1 incorrect attempt, penalty 10 minutes. All right. Then for question A, the last correct submission time 65 minutes plus 1 incorrect attempt, so another penalty 10 minutes. So total penalty is 20 minutes. The total number of questions that they got correct is 2. So 65 plus 20 is 55 minutes. Now for team 3, same based on the example just now, they have the question A that they got it. So for question B, the last correct summation time is 54 minutes. Okay. Then there are 3 incorrect attempts before they actually eventually got it right. And therefore, the penalty time will be 30 minutes based on these 3 incorrect attempts. For question A, very unfortunately, they have given up. So there's no penalty imposed on this one. So the total penalty time is only 30 based on the question B. And the total time will be 54 plus the 30 minutes. Okay, so then the total is 54 minutes. For team 4, they answer question A for 25 minutes. Okay, so they have given up for question B. Okay, so they given up for question B, and therefore they have only 1 question answered correctly. So the total time is 25 minutes. And therefore, based on to rank this thing, based on the number of questions correct, you can see team 1, 2, and 3, they got 2 questions correct, but for team 1, only 1 question correct. So team 4 will be in the 4th place. Whereas for team 1, 2, and 3, the shortest time, okay, to achieve it will be a team 1. So team 1 is ranked first. Team 2 will be the 3rd, whereas team 3 will be the 2nd, based on the time. Okay. So that's how the rules, okay, for the competition. So this is the flowchart, the competition flowchart. Okay, when the competition starts, you all will stop. Every team will start to solve their questions. So the team can continue to solve the questions as long as as long as it is still within the competition time. So then you can still continue to solve the questions. If it is not within the competition time, it's already time out, then we will record the total time for the last correct submission plus any of the penalty time and produce the result. But if the competition time still allows, then the team will answer the question by question. All right. So when they have finished answering a question, they can submit the answer to the judging process, and the judging process will record down the timestamp. So we'll check the answer. If the answer is correct, and then if the question is submitted for the first time, then there is no penalty. Otherwise, if it is not the first time, then you will incur a penalty of 10 minutes for each incorrect attempt. So if this is the first time submission and they got it right, there's no penalty. So then if there is any more question left, then they can continue to solve the remaining of the questions. All right. So if there's no more question left, then they'll compute the result and produce the result. So this is the overall flow chart for the competition. So about the competition platform, okay, we will be using the Utah Weber that is used for the following activities: to release any announcements, releasing the questions, answer submission, and also for forum. So for the qualifying test, okay, here are some sample questions for the qualifying test. There are 4 categories of questions altogether. The first category is the basic concepts. For example, this is the simple question for basic concept. So what is a set of step-by-step instructions designed to perform a specific task or to solve an instance of the problem? So you all will have to pick one of the answers here. So we are given 4 choices, pick one of them. The next one is a sample qualifying questions for the category arithmetic and logic. So sample question, find the solution for the following recurrence relation, in which an equal to 3n squared multiply an minus 1, where a naught equal to 1. So once again, you are presented with 4 choices. Pick one of them as the correct answer. The next one is the algorithm analysis category. So in this category, the sample question, an algorithm is designed for finding an element within a list as follows. It sequentially checks each element of the list until a match is found or the whole list has been searched. If there are n elements in the list, in the worst case, how many comparisons the algorithm needs to run? So select one of the answers from here, from the choices. Then you have the code reading category. So you'll be given a piece of code, and the question is says, what does the following piece of code do? So you have to understand what will this code do and select the correct answer. Print the unique elements in the array, print the duplicate elements in the array, print the element with maximum frequency, or print the element with minimum frequency. Choose one. Okay, so how to log into the quiz? Okay, so later on, at 12 o'clock, starting at 12, you all will attempt your quiz. So how to log into your quiz? You have to browse to this website URL over here, https://ntu-cup.weber.utah.edu.my. Key in the following for your username. Your username will start with the capital M, capital C characters, plus the last 4 digits of your registered phone number, plus the last 2 characters of your student ID. And then enter your password. The password will start with the character P, plus the last 7 digits of your registered phone number. For example, if your phone number is 013-345-6789 and your student ID is ABC23456, then your username that you need to enter will be NC6789, which is the last 4 digits of your phone number, plus the last 2 digits of your the last 2 characters of your student ID, which is 56. So your username is NC678956. And as for the password, it has to start with the character P, capital P, and the last 7 digits of your registered phone number, which is 3456789. Okay, for the participants, please turn off your mic. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, for the second example here, we have this phone number and the student ID is this one. So the username will be NC90138B. So the 8B is from the 2 characters, the last 2 characters of the student ID. As you can see over here, you should omit away all the hyphen here. Okay, the hyphen. So all the hyphen has to be omitted, and the plus will be omitted. And as for the password, it will be the character P, capital P, plus the last 7 digits of the registered phone number, which is 3579013. So all punctuation marks and spaces are to be omitted. So if you are still not sure, kindly provide your name, school, and student number in the chat. We will come to assist you as soon as possible. All right. Now, this is the screen that you will see when you attempt the quiz later on. Okay. Now, you'll notice that there will be a question. So this is the question presented to you and given the choices. Okay, the choices for you to select. Now, you will pick one of them only, one of the choices as your correct answer, as the answer. Okay, select either one. So if you can scroll down to see all the questions. Okay, and one reminder for you is that please you can see over here at the bottom, if you scroll down all the way down until the end of the page, right, until the end there, you can see 2 buttons. Okay, one button is called save without submitting, and the other big button is called submit all and finished. Now, my advice to you, okay, our advice to you is that to click the save without submitting button. Appreciate if you all can turn off your mic. Thank you very much. Thank you. So click the save button, okay, without submitting, to save your answer from time to time. In case there will be a power failure or anything, your answer is still safe, in the system, and you can continue from where you stop later on. Okay. But for this submit all and finish button, please do not click until you are sure that you have completed answering all the questions. You have a double check and you are satisfied with your answers. You are not going to change anything anymore. Then you can click on this button here, submit all and finish button. But bear in mind, if you click on this submit all and finish button, then that is the end of your quiz already. You cannot come back and continue or make changes to your answer anymore. All right. So this will be your final submission if you click on the submit all and finish button. Okay, the next part, I'm going to talk about the IDE installation of the Visual Studio Code for C++ and Java, so that you all can install it at home in your home computer and try to work out your C++ program and C Java program, and try to do some practice. As you know, programming, we need to have practice. Yeah, you have to practice. Practice makes perfect. Yeah, this wording here, it always says that practice makes perfect. Always gets your hand dirty, right? Hands dirty in this sense here means really go in and write the code yourself. Don't just read program. Programming code is not, we cannot really read the programming code and try to memorize. Yeah, we have to get our hands dirty and to work on it. Okay, so okay, how to set up the Visual Studio Code and the C++. If you want the details instructions, you can refer to the YouTube video here. So there are these 3 links here that will link you to the YouTube video. All right, and also for the setting up of Visual Studio Code for Java development, you can browse to this YouTube video as well. All right. So I'll just briefly go through with you all the slides over here on the Visual Studio Code installation. Okay, you will download the Visual Studio Code from this URL here, which is code.visualstudio.com/download. So when you go to this website, you can see this screen presented to you. You choose to download the versions of the Visual Studio Code that matches, that is suitable for your platform, your computer platform. Let's say you are using a Windows operating system, Windows 7 or Windows 8 or Windows 10, you should download from here. Click on this button to download it. All right. But if you're using Mac, then click here to download the software. Or if you are using Linux, then whether it's Debian or RPM, then you download accordingly. Now, the steps for installing Visual Studio Code in Windows is pretty straightforward. Once you have downloaded the Visual Studio Code, just double click on the exe file to install it, and then just follow the instructions. Click next for to go to the next screen. All right. Normally, what I'll do is I'll just select the first item here. There's to create a desktop icon and also the last checkbox. So the other 3 checkboxes, I'll just leave it unchecked. So that is my normal practice. All right. And then in this screen here, there's nothing. Then just click the install button to install it. And that's it. Once you're finished installing, you can check on this launch your Visual Studio Code checkbox and to launch your Visual Studio Code. For Mac OS, the steps also about the same. So you download your Visual Studio Code, and then you will download the zip file, right? So double click on the downloaded zip file to expand it, and then drag the Visual Studio Code app to the applications folder, so that it's available in your launchpad, and double click on Visual Studio Code to open it. Yeah, so very straightforward. Next, we look at the steps to install the extensions. Since you are going to use Visual Studio Code to develop a C++ program, you have to install the C++ extension. Please make sure that the extension, the developer is Microsoft. You see here, the publisher is Microsoft. So it's C or C++ from Microsoft, right? Click the install button to install it, or you can also click on this install to install the thing, to install the extension. Now, installing this extension doesn't mean that you are able to write your C++ program already. You still need to have the C++ compiler installed. Okay, so this is you need to install a compiler. Okay, that is your C++ compiler. Now, before you proceed to download the C++ installer and install it into your machine, you may want to first of all check whether your computer already has the C++ compiler installed or not. So what you do is you go to the terminal, and then you put in this command here, G++ dash G++, and then there's a space dash version. And if you are able to see this screen here, then you know that with all these characters, okay, with all these a lot of characters here, then you know that, oh, you have your C++ installed in your computer already, okay? And you are able to see what is the version of the C++ that is installed in your machine. But what if you don't have a C++ installer installed in your computer? Not to worry, because you just proceed to this link here, okay, the link for you to download this installer known as the minimalist GNU for Windows, MinGW C++, okay? Then download it to your computer, all right? Normally after download it, you'll go into your download folder. Just run it, run the installer, double click on the installer to run it, to execute it, and you'll see this welcome screen. Okay, it's pretty straightforward as well. Nothing much to change from the drop-down list, except here, look at the architecture. Just select this architecture to x86_64. Okay, choose this as the architecture, and the rest will be pretty straightforward. Just click the next button. Then what you need to do is you need to edit the environment variable. Okay, so in your Windows setting, you click on the Windows Start button, and then select settings, and then enter this edit environment so that you are able to edit the environment variables for your account. Now, over here, you need to set the path to your C++ compiler, all right? So depends on your, just now during your installation steps, you notice that there is a path, right, to your installation. So you should have noticed that. So you click on edit here, and then choose new, okay, to add your path. Okay, so it's click new to add your path inside. Now it depends on where you install. If you follow the instructions, the default installation steps like what I've shown to you all just now, this will normally be the path. Okay, this will normally be the path. Okay, this whole thing here. So you just need to put this into your environment variable to set it. Make sure after you have put it in, click the OK button, and then to save it. Yeah, so you can see here we put it in, and then click the OK button to save the path to our environment variable. Now after that, before you check again, please make sure that you close your command prompt first. Close it first, then reopen the command prompt, so that the path that you have set will take effect. If you do not close the command prompt and reopen it, the path that you set just now will not have any effect. Okay, you'll still get error. All right. So now if you put in G++ dash space dash version, you should be able to see the version. And this GDB is the debugger. Afterward, I can show to you how you can debug your program as well, your C++ program, because you have the GDB debugger installed. Now we'll create a simple Hello World program. Okay, so to create this simple Hello World program, let me just show it to you all. Okay, how you can easily create this program here. Now, normally what I do is that what I will do is I'll create a folder. Okay, I'll create a folder. Okay, let me call this NTU demo. Okay, NTU demo folder. once I've created this folder so I'll create my program inside this folder here. So once I've done this, all right, I'll just copy the path. You see, I copy the path. I click on here. You see, I just click on this one and then copy it. Okay. After copying the path, then I'll go to here and type the CMD command prompt. Go to my command prompt. Okay. I do a CD to change directory. CD to change directory. Make sure that I put it inside the double quote. I paste the path inside the double quote. I need a double quote because sometimes my path inside your path, you have spaces. That's why I put it inside the double quote. Okay. Otherwise, it will not work. Now, once you are inside the folder, you can see now you're inside the folder already. Okay. Now you're already inside the folder. So you can see that if you do a dir, you can see that your folder is empty, right? The folder is empty. Okay. So now you type the command code space and a dot, then press enter. So once you press enter, it will open this folder. You open the folder inside the Visual Studio Code for you. So inside your Visual Studio Code, you can see the folder. All right, this is the folder NTU demo. Now you can see here, you just click on this yes button. All right, now you're here. Now to create a C++ program file, for me, I will always use this button. You can see this button here, new file. All right, just click on this new file button and then put in your file name. So your file name, let's say I put hello.cpp because it's a C++, okay, CPP expansion. All right, so now you got Visual Studio is smart enough because you have installed the extension. You recognize that this is a C++ programming file, and it will give you the IntelliSense accordingly. So we include, first of all, we include the namespace. Okay, so we include IOStream as the namespace. Now you can see there's an IntelliSense, IntelliSense. You can see I don't have to type everything. I just type IOST. You can see the word IOStream here, over here. All right, so you don't have to type anymore. You can just click to select it, yeah, or press the enter key. The next one, I have to use the namespace. So using namespace, so you can see again, using namespace, okay, std. All right, so next is your int main. Okay, so the C++, we have the int main function. Okay, so cout hello world. All right. Sorry. Okay. So if you can declare a variable, okay. So let's say string name. Okay, so you can do a cin. Name, okay, to get to ask for the input for the name. All right, so enter your name. All right, so enter your name. All right, so then cout over here. Okay, so you can concatenate with the variable name. All right. Okay, so when you're done, you can then run the program. Go to your terminal and select run build task and choose this one, C++. Yeah, of course you have to save it. You see that you notice that I didn't save because I already set the auto save option here. You can see here there's auto save. So any changes that I make to my program, it will automatically be saved. So choose your G++. You can see here this is a G++. Okay, select G++. So you can see build finished successfully. You get an exe file, executable file. Okay, in the executable file. So now to run the executable file, all right, you go to the terminal, open a new terminal, right? So your terminal, you change it from PowerShell. I'll change it to command prompt. So command prompt. So I use the command prompt terminal, and then I'll type in the file name, hello.exe to run it. So you can see, enter your name. So it says FunPH, press enter. Then you can see the result, hello world as FunPH. All right. Now, how to debug? Just now I mentioned that you can debug your program, your CPP program. So for debugging your program, you can see I will put a breakpoint here. You can see this red dot. I just click one time here to set the breakpoint. All right. And then you come to here, you can see this, there's a bug here, right? There's a bug here. Okay, I click on the bug, and then here it says run and debug. So I just select here, run and debug. Now what happens is that, okay, choose your debugger. Just now I mentioned to you the GDB. GDB is the debugger, okay? So select the C++ debugger. It will run your program and stop at the breakpoint, okay? So then select G++, select G++. Okay, so you can see it will run your program. Okay, you just have to wait for it to finish compiling. All right. Okay. It's okay. You see this screen here. All right. So you can see it stopped at a breakpoint here. Now, normally our practice is you don't go and put the breakpoint everywhere, right? If you want to examine the next line of code, you can just press the step in button, right? The step in button. You can see here this one. Step over, step into. So you just click on this one, step into, you will go to the next line of code. Now, say for example, okay, so now you can see if I move, for example, this variable name, okay, you move your mouse over to the variable name, you can see there's nothing inside there. You can see here, it shows you nothing, right? You can also see over here. Or you can add it to your watch, the variable name, you can add to your watch, okay, just select name, right click, and choose add to watch. Or you can even evaluate it in the debug console. Let us add to the watch. Okay, so it goes to the watch over here. And now when you click step into, just now I mentioned about the F11 step into, you go to the next line of your code. All right, you stop here, waiting for your input. Okay, waiting for your input. So okay, so you can step into. All right, so let me run again. Okay, so after this one, so I enter something. Okay, let me start again the debugger. Stop it first. Sorry, I need to stop it first. Okay, I have to stop it and run the debugger again. Okay, just run it again. Okay, then click the next button. All right, so you can see enter your name. So I enter my name. Before you enter your name, you can check, examine the value inside. You can see it's empty string. So now I enter my name, FunPH. Okay, and then you click this button here, and you can see the result over here. So that's how you can actually debug your program. Okay, so that's for your C++. Let's continue. Okay, so your C++. Next is Java. Okay, installing the extension for your Java. You need the Java extension pack. So once again, you select your Java extension pack. Okay, you search for the Java extension pack from your Visual Studio code. You go to this button here, extension, and you search for Java. Okay, so Java extension pack. So you can see you have this Java expansion pack. So if you have not installed it, install it. And you also have to download the compiler, the JDK as well. All right. So you also need to download the relevant JDK so that you can compile your Java program. All right. So that's for your Java. So for more information, you can browse to this link here on the Java tutorial to find out how you can install this compiler. Okay, so same thing, your Java program. Okay, your Java program, let me quickly show to you your Java program. So same thing, you will create a folder, all right? You'll create a folder for to place your Java program. Okay, let me call this demo 2, all right? Demo 2. Then copy the path. Change the directory to the demo 2. Okay, so do a quote space dot to enter to open the Visual Studio Code with the Java with that demo 2 folder open inside. Okay, so you can see the demo 2 folder. Now you click here the file. So once you put the file with the .java expansion, so let's say this greetings .java. Okay, it recognizes that you're writing a Java program. Okay, so you can see this screen here, right? You recognize that this is a Java program. So you can close this. So first of all, you have to import. Okay. Java dot. Once again, you can see it has IntelliSense for you. So put in your import keyword. All right. So then public plus greetings. Okay, okay, so we look at the program here. Okay, so your Java installation, Java code installation, creating a simple program. You can see. Okay, so the next thing, we are going to put in the code here. Okay, so okay, so we use system.out.print line to display the line. So again, you can see there's IntelliSense system.out, okay, dot print line, okay, to display the line. So hello world. All right, hello world. Okay, so once you have done that, you can run it. Let me see what is wrong first. Okay, so this one, if you don't use import, if you are using the scanner class, then you'll use this. Otherwise, you don't need the import, just remove it. And then to run it, you go to this debug button. All right, run and debug. Okay, so you can see here the result output over here. Okay, hello world. right? Hello world. Now, if you need to create a Java file, also very simple. Now you go to this file here. You can see the Java projects. Click expand your Java projects. Okay. Then you can see this button here, export to Java. So just click on this button, and it will export. Okay. So select your class. You can see it creates for you the Java file. So once the Java file has been created successfully, you can try to run the Java file by putting in the command Java. Wait, hold on. Okay, by putting the command Java -jar. Okay, let me see the file name again. It is demo2.jar. Okay, so it is demo2.jar. Okay, so then you'll see the result over here. All right, hello world. And that's it for your this one. All right, I've demoed to you these two things on the Java program. So let's continue. The next one, I'm going to show you some two sample final questions in C++ as in Java. All right. Now the first one is the day of the week, Gregorian calendar. You read the description carefully. All right. It says the explain to you what is the Gregorian calendar. Okay. And so on. And the rule for leap year. A leap year means your February has 29 days. Okay. How to know that a year is a leap year? If the year is divisible by 4 and it is not divisible by 100, then it's a leap year. But if it is also divisible by 100, right, then it is not a leap year unless it is also divisible by 400. So, okay, so that's the condition. And the next thing is, it also tells you that, okay, the month, okay, January 31 days, February 28 days, and so on. And the leap year is February has 29 days instead of 28 days. And then, okay, it tells you that, okay, the week is composed of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and so on. So the question is, you will need to enter the day, month, and year. For example, your input, okay, the input is 17, 4, and 2021. So if you enter this input, then it will tell you that, oh, it is Saturday. Okay, and if you enter this input, then you tell you that, oh, this date is not a valid date. Okay, not a valid date because you put, okay, you check that, oh, 29 of February for this year, it's not a leap year, so it's not a valid date. So then ask you to key in another date. Okay, so the input format, okay, it tells you the input format and so on, the requirements, you read the requirements here. It tells you that, okay, you to calculate, to obtain the day, you are given this formula here, okay, to obtain the day of the week. So you have to apply this formula in your program. And T is the month offset. So given this month offset. So now, so when you run the program, you see this output, okay? Please key in a day, you put the day here, and then please key in a month, put 2, and please key in the year, you put 2021, and you get the result, it is 1 day, right? So let's go through the program. Okay, so here you declare the variable declaration. How to declare your variable, you have seen that this morning. And then one thing is that when you declare a variable, it's a good habit to make your variable to use a meaningful names. Like in this case here, if you just use a D, M, and Y, these are not meaningful names. So it may be a bit confusing for the programmer later on. Okay, they may not understand what is this variable for. Okay, so then we have a do-while loop. So we make use of a do-while loop here. Okay, to ask the user to key in the day, the month, and the year. And then we do a checking to check whether the year is it in this range. We'll repeat. Okay, so you can see if the year is not in this range, the valid Boolean variable is set to false, so that the do-while loop will repeat. Okay, we'll repeat and ask the user to enter again. Same goes to the month. If your month is not in this range, 1 to 12, again, we'll set the Boolean variable valid to be false, so that it will repeat again to ask the user to enter the month. And if the month, then we check if the first two conditions is satisfied, then you go to you check the else here, else, right? Else, you check the month is it February or not? If it is February, this piece of code here, we check whether it is a leap year. Because if it is a leap year, then there will be 29 days. So 29 is set to C day, right? If it is not a leap year, then the value 28 is set to C day. Then we, okay, so how many days are there? Okay, it depends on the which month is it. If the month is 1, 3, 5, and so on, over here, it is 31, otherwise it's 30. Then just now, okay, then we check the day. Okay, the day must also be in the range, in this range. Otherwise, they'll repeat to ask the user to enter the correct day. All right. Then, based on the formula given to you just now, you define this array for the array key, and also you make use of the formula. All right, to calculate which day of the week it is. So after computing this, then you can use a switch case statement to determine, to inform the user whether it is a Sunday, it is a Monday, or and the rest. All right. So this is how the program works in C++. And for Java, you can see Java also the program coding is about the same, except some of the like you say here, we use a public class date, and we have a public static void name, and so on. Declaring your variables, ask the user to key in the day, the month, and the year. Okay. Except that here we use a scanner class, right? You can notice that we use a scanner class, and the user will then you can see here we use a do while loop as well to check and to repeat itself, like what I explained to you just now. All right, the program coding is still the same. So yeah, the next sample question. All right, so the next sample question. Before I do the next sample question, I'll just open the program to show to you all, to run the program to show to you all. So you can see here, over here. Okay, for let's say I just simply open one. Let's say if you run a C++ program. Okay, I select the C++ program. Okay, copy the path. Okay, copy the path. Go to the command prompt, change the directory to that path, and then open it using a code space dot to open the folder in your Visual Studio Code. So in your when the program opens in the Visual Studio Code, all right. So you can see this is the program that I've shown to you all just now, right? In C++. Okay. So you can click on this button to run it. Okay, or you can actually run build tasks. Okay, run build tasks to compile it. So you get the exe file. Okay, you get the exe file, and then you open the command window. Okay, command prompt. So after you open the command prompt, you can put in the exe. Okay, and run it. So it asks you please key in the day. So today is 19, for example. I key in 19. Okay. And then key in the month. So the month is 7, and the year is 2021, and you get, oh, it is Monday. Yeah. So this is the program, right, that you see just now in the PowerPoint slides. Okay. Let's continue. Okay, I have 3 more minutes. Okay, the next one is the program in Java. Okay, so your Java program here, you can see. So you read the requirements. So you are given the requirements, read through them. This is a simple game that guess a number. All right. So the user will guess a number from 1 to 100, and you can see here the example here. If you guess it lower, it tells you that you guess lower than the right number. Right. If you guess out of range, then it also tells you that how many attempts you left. Yeah, you still left 9 attempts. So you guess again. Then if you get it wrong, it tells you how many more attempts you left, right? So at the end, it tells you, oh, you lose, and what is the right answer? Or it may tell you that you win, and that is the answer, and you have used up how many attempts altogether to get the right answer. So your sample solution in C++, okay, and also in Java, okay, and also in Java, okay, the sample solution. So let me just open up the sample solution in Java and demo to you the program before we conclude this session. All right, so once again, I copy the path. Okay, just copy the path and then do a CD space, paste the path inside. All right, and do a code space dot. So that will quickly open the folder for you in Visual Studio Code. All right, so once it is open in Visual Studio Code, you can see your program over here that you have seen just now in the PowerPoint slide. Yeah, in the PowerPoint slide. So now you click on this button here, run and debug. Click on this run and debug. Okay, choose your. One second, sorry. Wait again. Let me click. Okay, let me click this again. Run and debug. So you can see you try to debug your program, run your program. Okay, so now it says enter a number, all right, from 1 to 100. So you enter your number. Okay, let's say you enter 15. All right, so it says enter a number from 1 to 100. Okay, so your guess is lower than the right number. So let's say 40. Okay, it's lower. So 33. Okay, it's still lower. Okay, 80. All right, so you just keep on entering the number until finally eventually it says that you lose. All right. Okay, so like just now I showed to you to make your program into a Java file, you go to your Java project, click on this button here. Okay, then it will generate for you the Java file. Okay, select your class. Okay, so you can see you get the Java file, and then you can run the Java file like what I've shown to you earlier. All right. So that is all for this. Okay, for this one. Any questions for this presentation on part 2? So if there's no question, all right. Thank you very much and good luck for your quiz.
OK， 好，谢谢孙老师的分享啊呀。那我们同学们给我一个666好不好？谢谢孙老师啊，确保同学们还在线上。OK， 好，谢谢。OK， 好，我也看到非常多同学有给我回应了啊。好，感谢，可以了。好，谢谢孙老师。那我们今天的呀，谢谢孙老师，也谢谢我们的赖老师哈，还有当然我们的好朋友 Fax 啊。那今天我们的工作坊就来到了尾声，现在也12点了啊，所以各位，我们这一个结束之前啊，可能各位可以到填写这个问卷的地方啊，来填写哦。我有把这个链接发到这个 chat room 里面，各位如果没有看到这个链接的，请在留言板留0，可以吗？没有看到的，请留0啊。如果有看到的，直接点击过去帮我们填写一下问卷好吗？我们希望各位的一些feedback 一些回馈哈，可以让我们未来办这个活动可以做得更好啊。那下来是12点到1点钟，就是各位可以进去我们做这个资格测试的地方。如果有任何问题，可以在我们的 群组里面，应该是 WhatsApp 群组里面哦。好，这里有啊，各位可以点击这个 WhatsApp 的群组里面，可以去问你要怎么填写，遇到任何问题都可以在群组里面跟我们的这个后台的工作人员做互动。所以12点到1点钟，就是各位可以进到这个地方来做这个资格的测试啊。我们也欢迎之前有做过测试的同学可以再来一次做这个练习，没问题的啊。我们会取你，如果你3次都有进去做测试，我们会取你最高分的那个作为你的分数，所以不用担心说哦，我前面已经做了，现在可能这一次答得不好，没有问题的啊。欢迎各位进来测试，好不好？所以接下来12点到1点，各位可以过去到我们这个测试的平台去做测试。那我们这个 Zoom 啊，这个地方，各位如果要离开可以离开，没问题啊。你要留下来也可以，我们这整个 Zoom 会保留到1点钟，我们就会关闭了啊。所以各位，如果你有任何跟测试相关的问题，请到 WhatsApp 的群组里面去问啊。那如果你要留在 Zoom 里面跟其他人做交流，可以留，我们会留到1点钟，这个 Zoom 这里就会关掉了啊。那我们今天整个工作坊到这里为止就圆满结束。再一次谢谢我们的2位老师和我们的嘉宾，还有所有参与这次工作坊的老师跟同学们，没有你们的参与哦，我们的活动没有办法那么成功。再一次谢谢各位哦，我是文彬，期待下一次可以跟各位再见面。好，拜拜。